Hi, everybody. I'm Deb Donndelinger, and
On Sunday, Cote.
yeah, and this is week 3 of us getting together to do some tapping and visioning or intending work. And our goal here is that to help us calm down our individual activation, our individual traumas, and then go to the collective power of what's possible. And that's where I do the tapping and Sunday does the visioning and intending. And our topic this week is sort of a mixture of pandemic fatigue, election overwhelm, and just how chaotic and triggering it has been for us to be managing both of these. What do you want to say about that, Sunday?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
timely topic.
yeah, yeah.
When we think about what, every week, like what's up for this week, we had a lot to pick from. But it's kind of all came down to just that heaviness and that anticipatory grief that we might be feeling with the, figuring out where we're going with the pandemic. And it's been 6 months, which is kind of a significant, you know, timeline. And there's a lot of fatigue. I noticed that. As well as like, do I really have to wash my hands, or or sterilize things, or and then just having the debate and the way it turned out happen in the middle of all this, just again, kind of that trauma that we're all kind of in the moment. So for me, it's just like calming and settling our nervous systems, and dealing with this significant moment in time.
Yeah. So 2 things I want to say. One is that 6-month mark that you mentioned. I was reading this as a person who's like a disaster specialist. He goes to different areas when there's an actual disaster, and he had a Twitter feed, and I don't remember his name, but he was saying that 6-month mark is a very common marker, and people just hit this wall. And it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to come out of the wall. And it's a common, like he's observed it in multiple situations. But the challenge here is that we can't go anyplace else in the world to escape it. When it's a natural disaster, okay, someplace is okay. But the pervasiveness of it is a wearing aspect. And I want to talk very quickly about the 4 elements of trauma. In my training, I was taught this, that when something has a traumatic impact on us, it's because it's like unexpected, it's overwhelming, it's something that's important, important to us, and we feel disconnected and powerless. So if you think about the pandemic and the election, talk about feeling powerless, and even though we're all dismayed, we also can feel disconnected. We can feel alone in our grief. So, and I didn't watch the debate. I couldn't. I told Sunday this. I was already sad. I had to do some tapping work because I was reliving the trauma of the 2016 results. And you might notice that as we get closer to the election, different things might trigger you to the grief you felt 4 years ago. Yeah. So
When those anniversaries
yes.
hit, yeah,
Yes.
and the memory comes back up, so we have to
Yes.
like grieve that
Yeah.
last event.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then what happens is we get on guard for what's coming next, because we talked about the anticipatory grief or concern. Yeah, like, okay, do I have to protect myself? I mean, I am so protecting myself against this election. Like, I do not feel hopeful. I feel guarded about it when I think about it. So yeah. Okay, so I'll lead you in the tapping, and you're the emoter for everybody. Yeah. And just when you tune in to the heaviness, the despair, or whatever you're feeling, what is coming up for you right now?
Well, it is a physical sense, a physical tightness, probably in my solar plexus,
Okay.
and that heaviness.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there, if you were to tune into the emotional level, what is there emotion that you're aware of?
Uh, it's always hard for me as a metaphysician to talk about it, but it's like fear, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we think we have to be above that, but I think what we're doing, we're talking about is being able to address it, move through it.
Yeah.
So there is a anxiety, dread, fear,
Mm-hmm.
an unknowing what's
Mm-hmm.
gonna, how's this all gonna unfold, and yeah.
And thanks for saying that, because when we're tapping, we can totally name the negative. This is the
Mhm.
time to do it, actually, when we're tapping. So yeah, and we're sort of like excavating the wounds that have been covered up, perhaps. And what would be, if you had a thought right now, sort of a negative thought, like what would be a summary thought, like this sucks, the world's ending? I mean, what would be a thought that you're aware of?
The one that came up to me is just like, we're all doomed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's like the big, like, oh man, how are we going
yeah.
to get out of this?
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
And that's what I love with tapping. We can exaggerate those thoughts. Like we totally
Yes.
exaggerate. Yeah. So if you notice, I named physical, emotional, and mental, and you have those 3 doorways for tapping, and I'll try to touch on all 3. And we had a great question from somebody. Do you use both hands, or does it matter which side you tap on? And you can use both hands. It does not matter which side. It's whatever's more comfortable. I think I use the right side because that's what I'm used to. Yeah. So any other questions on the practicality about it, Sunday?
Nope, not that I can think of. Just you know, if the only spot that you can't see if we go is the hand. So it's always going to be tapping on this unless it's the parts that you
Under the
can
arm.
see
Yeah.
on screen.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
maybe the underarm.
Yeah, so we sort of do some gymnastics here. All right, stop, enough stalling. All right, tightness in your body, the heaviness, 0 to 10, how tight is it right now?
6.
6, yeah. And guys, you just guess on the number, it really is okay.
Yeah.
It's just tracking your internal process. All right, side of the hand, and change the words if they don't suit you. So yeah. Even though I have this heaviness in my body,
Even though I have this heaviness in my body,
this tightness in my solar plexus,
tightness in my solar plexus,
this sense of dread.
sense of dread.
And it's been going on for a while now.
It's been going on for a while now.
We've had the pandemic for over 6 months.
We've had the pandemic for over 6 months.
We've had our stupid president for almost 4 years.
Stupid president for almost 4 years.
Those of you at home, you're allowed to swear if you want to. Yeah.
Change the words.
Change the words, yeah. I deeply and completely accept myself anyway.
I deeply accept myself anyway.
Yeah. Even though I notice this tightness in my body.
Even though I notice this tightness in my body.
This sense of despair.
Sense of despair.
Mm-hmm. And I don't feel that hopeful right now.
I don't feel that hopeful right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm open to the idea that I might be able to feel better.
I'm open to the idea that I can feel better.
Yeah. As I notice these feelings in my body.
I notice these feelings in my body.
I honor and respect the love I have for all of humanity.
I honor and respect the love I have for all of humanity.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't be feeling this.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't be feeling this.
Yeah. On the points. This sense of heaviness.
The sense of heaviness.
This sense of dread.
The sense of dread.
This sense of tightness.
The sense of tightness.
Noticing this despair.
Noticing this despair.
Noticing a tiny bit of fear.
Noticing fear.
Yeah. Noticing anxiety.
Noticing anxiety.
Yeah. Noticing the thought, are we doomed?
Noticing the thought, are
Yeah.
we doomed?
Yeah. Sometimes I think we're doomed.
Sometimes I don't want to think we're doomed.
I don't want to think we're doomed. Yeah. Sometimes part of me thinks we're doomed.
Sometimes part of me thinks we're doomed.
Yeah. And I don't want to think that.
Yeah, I don't want to think that.
Yeah. But I don't want to be in denial either.
Yeah, I am not in denial.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like too much.
Sometimes it feels like too much.
I can't fix the pandemic.
Can't fix the pandemic.
I can't fix the election.
Fix the election.
Yeah.
My little self can't fix the election.
My little self, yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Stop there, gentle breath. And what are you noticing?
Oh, definitely you know, an openness of light. Some of the heaviness moving. Definitely a shift.
And were there any thoughts that sort of spiked the intensity again? Because I changed the words a lot. Was there anything that sort of like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that?
No, I mean, I think that, you know, we're all doomed it's such a hard thing, you know, to think of, you know, to wrestle with that. You know, it's hard to even like say. And
yeah. And when you say the part of you that wants to say we're all doomed, is there any part still saying that right now?
I mean, there's a reality of still not, knowing where it's all going.
Yeah. Good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Side of the hand. Even though we don't know where we're going.
Even though we don't know where we're going.
And it could get worse.
It could get worse.
Yeah. I really hope it gets better.
I really hope it gets better.
Yeah. Even though we don't know where we're going.
Even though we don't know where we're going.
And we're dealing with a couple of important things right now.
We're dealing with some pretty important things right now.
Yeah. And I don't have the sense that we're all pulling together in the same direction yet.
I don't have the sense that we're pulling together in the same direction.
Yeah. Part of me feels despair.
Part of me feels despair.
And part of me knows that we can do this.
Part of me knows that we can do this.
Yeah. Even though I don't know what's going to happen yet.
Even though I don't know what's going to happen yet.
And there's a couple possible outcomes.
There's several possible outcomes.
Yeah. I'm rooting for the one where we survive. Sorry, that's pretty morbid. Yeah.
I'm rooting for the one where we move into we thrive and we move into a healthy expression.
Yeah. Moving through the points. The sense of unknown.
The sense of unknown.
The sense of uncertainty.
The sense of uncertainty.
The sense of what's at stake.
The sense of what is at stake.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Mm-hmm. Not knowing what's coming.
Not knowing what's coming.
Grieving what's already happened.
Grieving what's already happened.
Finding our creative power.
Finding our creative power.
Yeah. And not giving up.
Not giving up.
Yeah. Good. How does that feel?
It feels good, and I want to do like another round of the hope.
Yeah.
We're moving into that as we finish that, but
yeah,
feel really good to move into. We've kind of moved through the doom and despair, and it feels like it'd be really nice to do a hopeful tapping.
Yeah. Do you want to do the words for that, or do you want me to?
I want you to.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have to change gears a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Side of the hand. As I notice my love of humanity.
As I notice my love of humanity.
And our amazing spirit.
And our amazing spirit.
Yeah. I know that we can turn the corner on this pandemic.
I know we can turn the corner on this pandemic.
Yeah. And transform our government.
And transform our government.
And have a world where everybody feels safe and wanted and included.
And have a world where everyone feels safe and wanted and included.
Even though part of me had lost hope for a little bit.
Even though part of me had lost hope for a little bit.
It's back.
It's back.
Yeah. Maybe the other points, feeling hopeful.
Feeling hopeful.
Feeling connected to everybody.
Feeling connected to everybody.
We are so powerful.
We're so powerful.
We're so intelligent.
We're so intelligent.
Yeah, we're so loving.
So loving.
So creative.
So creative.
Yeah, and so connected.
So connected.
Yeah. Feels really good. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. Right. So just a note, if you're still feeling, people watching, if you're still feeling a little bit activated or intensity, pause and do some tapping using your own words. You can keep it really simple, even though I'm feeling this. Do a few more rounds and then come back as we join Sunday for the next part.
Thanks, Deb. Yeah, so that's a really great energy to kind of move into our intention. Take that same energy that we just tapped through of our collective oneness, our love, our intelligence, our hope. And so let's just take a nice deep breath in and breathe down into that body. And so from this place, we're going to explore an intention. And I know that we talked about this, um, the trauma that we've moved through or that we're moving through or that we might be experiencing. And so I'd like us to just have that intention of just complete nurturing for ourselves, that there's um, there's just a huge supply of love and nurturing and energy. And so just kind of bring yourself to mind, bring yourself an image of yourself when you're firing on all cylinders, when you're feeling loved and resourced and happy and clear and optimistic. Just bring that image of yourself into your mind's eye. You might be doing something that you excel at, or you might be achieving something. Maybe it's with regard to, a project that you're doing, or a part of your career, or your avocation, or something that is supportive of our earth, or just something that when you visualize yourself doing it, it's a sense of happiness and success, and just doing it from this highest place of expression. Now, holding that vision, imagine everybody that might be listening to this video, or those around you, your supportive circle, or all those that are like mind, that are wanting to use this power of collective field to create change in the world. So just imagine that we're all together in this beautiful circle. Imagine how that might look or feel. And then just this image of you just succeeding and enjoying life, and being serving from your highest and best. Just drop that image into the circle, and let us just feel that intention of this circle of the collective field, just imagining that as well, that you have all this support to be able to be in your highest and best, expressing from that highest and best place. Just for a minute, just allow yourself to feel that support coming to you in such a loving, safe environment of soaking up this energy of positive light and love. You might notice how your body's feeling at this moment as this light and love is supporting you, lifting you up. So from this place, I'm going to continue to use this field of love that we're each a part of, and from our lifted up place of hope and love and accomplishment in our own way, let us just bring forward everybody that is moving through this pandemic, our our world in a sense, or it might be our country, it could be just your family and friends. And let us just feel into the resolution, the resolution that comes from the power of our physical bodies, our immunity coming from that place of empowerment individually and collectively, might be in the resolutions of bringing the virus into control and having it just disappear. However the means come forward, the collective action that is taken in order for that to happen, let's just bring that into our circle, our collective circle. And imagine your life free of the concern, of the fear of a pandemic, connecting and being out in the world, enjoying your social connections. Just see that hustle and bustle and busy street or wherever you might gathered in your sacred service or at a school or in your work. Just feel into the ease and relaxation of living in a safe world. Bring that into our circle. And now let us just move to, in the United States, this election process for the next few weeks, and however it is that we choose to participate in it, that uh, as the events continue to unfold, if we're watching the news, if there's additional debates, just see yourself feeling that love and that hope and that resilience. Imagine all the citizens of the United States going to the polls or filling out their ballots in a safe and fair election, noticing that the results are honored. Just feel into the confidence of our electoral system doing what it is meant to do, and feeling confident that our system is working as it should in our democracy. And once again, just bring that scene into our circle. And then let us just go back again to bringing ourselves back into that circle, feeling that love, and noticing all the individual energetic expressions that are a part of our lives, and then just feel into that collective expression of love, creating that intention for well-being. And if you choose for this last few minutes to bring anybody else that you're close to, that you might want to share this little extra boost of love and energy, let's bring them into the circle. Family members, loved ones. So just place your hand over your heart if you choose, and let's just recognize that there is this powerful presence that is moving through each of us and moves through us collectively, and that we each are an expression of that. And that as we move through our days, we connect into that truth, connect into that awareness, and that this expression has power. Just feel into that sense of gratitude for yourself, for the time that we spend together in this sacred space, for the truth of who we are. When you're ready, you can breathe in and come back. So it is.
Oh, that was beautiful. Lots of great images. Yeah, thank you. Until
Thank
next time.
you.
Yeah, until next time.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
everybody.